Goldminded Records, they're not your friends.
What up, it's Klive Kraven. I'm back again, got a brand new video. This time my top 10 horror film remakes of all time. I had fun putting this list together, enjoyed it. I know a few other guys have done it as well. Mood 616, Movie Collector 666. I know you guys have both done your renditions of this, so kind of a response type video. But yeah, top 10 horror films of horror film remakes of all time. And let's go ahead and get right into it. My number 10 is a great film, very enjoyable. I like the original, I like the remake, based off of a Wes Craven classic. And yeah, this was good. A lot of people weren't into this one, but I enjoyed it personally, and that is The Last House on the Left. Like I said, this is the remake. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about this other than it was good. I did enjoy it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's amazing, that's why it only made number 10, but it was good enough to actually make it to the top 10. I thought it was very good for a remake, especially with a lot of the remakes I've seen before. You know, there's been a lot of stuff out there that's just been complete garbage, so yeah, this was pretty good. This stood out to me. Last House on the Left, this was solid. My number 10. Moving on up to my number 9. This is a George A. Romero film, and I've seen both of these, but definitely prefer the remake. Odd enough to say. Prefer the remake, although the original is a classic. Can't take nothing from it, but that's The Crazies. Really good film. Enjoyed this. I really liked the direction they went with this. I really enjoyed the intensity of it. Very intense horror film. You know, cool concept behind it. Yeah, and just overall a good film, The Crazies. If you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out. Very enjoyable. Good movie. Crazies remake. That's my number 9. Moving on up, my number 8. I know I'm going to hear some shit for this one. A lot of people hate on this remake. I don't know why. I loved it. I'm a huge fan of the whole franchise, including this remake. You know, definitely enjoyed this. I think Michael Bay did this. Yeah, Michael Bay did this. This was good. A lot of people are going to hate on this one. Like I said, but for me personally, I thought it was really good, especially for a remake. I enjoyed what they did with it. I like the little changes and nuances that they had, you know, to the film itself. But that is Friday the 13th. This is the remake, obviously, and just a really good film. You know, I enjoyed how it kind of touched on the childhood and showed kind of elements you really didn't get to see. They changed up Jason and made him move quicker, and a few different things that they just changed in the film that I thought was really cool. But yeah, Friday the 13th. Good remake. Check that out. Number 7. Moving on up in the list. I remember seeing this when this first came out. I haven't seen the original to this. I believe Vincent Price was in the original. But this is a very cool movie. You know, I'm sure a lot of horror fans know about this one. House on a Haunted Hill. This movie doesn't get talked about a whole lot, the remake at least. I don't see a lot of people mention this. But I enjoyed this movie, especially for a remake. I thought it was very well done. I haven't seen the original, so I can't really compare whether it was good in comparison to the original. I have the original, so don't shoot me in the fucking head. I do have the original, and I have the sequel to this, Return to House on Haunted Hill, which was also pretty good. Not a bad film. Not as good as this was, but still a pretty damn good film. But yeah, House on Haunted Hill remake. This is very good. Definitely recommend this. Very cool storyline, enjoyable film. Check that out. Moving on up. I really love this. This is straight fucking 80s madness right here. I saw this not that long ago. I probably saw this about 4 or 5 months ago for the first time. And I loved it. I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was very cool. I thought the effects were very well done. And I thought the kills were great. The kills were really, really good. So, and the effects, you know. So, without further ado, The Blob. If you haven't seen The Blob remake, I highly recommend this one. Very cool film. Great gore, great effects, great kills, great story. Very cool for a remake. Straight fucking 80s heaven here. yeah, this is good. Check that out, The Blob. Moving up on the list, we are officially at my halfway point. This is a Zack Snyder film, originally a George A. Romero film. A lot of you probably already know what it is just based off of that bit of info. You got Ving Rhames in here, Mekhi Phifer, Sarah Polley, Jake Weber. Yeah, this was really good. I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a fucking phenomenal remake. And I'm almost kicking myself for not throwing it up there higher, but the ones that I chose for the top 4 are phenomenal as well. So, before I brag on any longer, that is Dawn of the Dead remake. This is so good, especially for a remake. I saw this when it first came out, and the opening scene with the Johnny Cash song is fucking great. Love that. That first 5 minutes of cinema right there is just golden and made this a great film to me. The scene with the car going away in the beginning and avoiding the crashes and shit, it was just so fucking cool. And the action just pouring right off the break. I really love that. So, yeah, Dawn of the Dead, I thought this was great. A great remake to a great original film. Definitely check that out. Zack Snyder film, and that is my number 5. Moving on up to number 4. And, yeah, this is a fucking masterpiece. This is a masterpiece, a modern masterpiece. I got the deluxe edition of this film. I enjoyed every film in this franchise, even the newest one that came out. But specifically, for the last 3 that have come out, this one for me is probably the best one, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the remake that came out in 2004, 2005. Very good film. Very, very good. Michael Bay once again. You know, I don't know. I like Michael Bay's horror film remakes. I mean, a lot of people hate on them, but I think they're good. I enjoy them, and that's coming from a true diehard fan of all the originals. But yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. And I mean, if you don't like this, if you think this is like seriously, if you really don't like this and you think this is shit, and this is garbage, and this is bad, compare this to the new Texas Chainsaw and then come talk to me. Because this is fucking phenomenal. For real, this is really good. And it's funny enough because when this first came out, when I first seen this in like 03 or 04, whenever this came out, I remember thinking it wasn't all that. I was like, it was good, but it wasn't all that. And now, in retrospect, you know, after watching it a few more times and looking back and seeing what direction they've gone with it now, this is actually really fucking good. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, phenomenal. That is my number 4. Moving on up, my number 3. I've talked about this film before. I've had it in other top 10 countdowns. I believe it was in my what video was it in? My top 10 horror films of the 2000s. I believe this was mentioned in. This is a remake that also had its sequel remade. Originally a Wes Craven film. Very, very well done. I love this film. Super brutal, very gory. Not a whole lot to say about this. The Hills Have Eyes, unrated edition. Nose is itching like a motherfucker. Yeah, this was good. I really like this. This is a very cool movie. Very good gore, very brutal, savage, good story. They really went with the original and just kind of went with it a little bit further, made it a little bit more graphic, a little more edgy, modernized it. Great acting, great gore, great kills, great fucking villains. Awesome movie all the way around. Really love this one. The Hills Have Eyes remake. Very cool. Moving on up, we have a classic. And arguably for a lot of people, this could be a number 1. And it's a John Carpenter film, 80s gem. One of Kurt Russell's first films. And yeah, this is great. You know, if you don't know, the new movie that came out, the supposed remake, isn't really a remake. It's actually a sequel, which is weird enough. It's the same title, The Thing, which I gave away the title now, so I guess I should show it. John Carpenter's The Thing. But a weird fact about the remake, the supposed remake, it's not actually a remake. It actually takes place where this one ends off. It's supposed to be a or no, the other way around, excuse me. Yeah, the new one is supposed to be like a prequel, I believe, right? Yeah, I think it's a prequel. But it's weird. It's not a remake of this. It's like a continuation of the story. So, yeah, just really strange that they didn't change the title. It's just called The Thing again. But yeah, this one is a classic. You know, you got Kurt Russell in here. You've got great killing scenes. You've got phenomenal effects, especially for the year. Great work from John Carpenter. Really cool film, The Thing. Definitely a classic. That's my number 2. And we are at the number 1. We've made it to the last one. My favorite. Based off of a George A. Romero film. I've talked about this film once again in other countdowns just because it is, I mean, it's hard for me not to throw it in a countdown for certain things just because it's so far up there in so many categories for me. I love this film. Ironically, it's directed by a guy that barely helms himself behind the camera, especially at this time in 1990, and that's Tom Savini. But Night of the Living Dead, the remake, of course. I mean, this movie is so good to me. I love this because I remember seeing it when it first came out. I remember growing up on it. I used to watch the shit out of it. Me and my brothers would stay up late night and watch it on HBO all the time when it would come on. And I don't know, I have a soft spot for this movie. I always enjoyed it. I love the music in it. I like, Candyman, Tony Todd is in there. Playing the Ben character. You got Bill Moseley in here. Yeah, it's just awesome film. I mean, I can't say enough about this. I've talked about this in a lot of different videos, but yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with this. The end scene, the story in it, the effects. Tom Savini obviously working the effects as well in this, I believe. I would assume. It's so good, so fucking good. Night of the Living Dead remake. This is just, I can't say anything. I can't go on all day about this because believe me, I could. But I'll just leave it at this. This is a phenomenal film. My number 1 for my top 10 horror film remakes of all time. This is a fucking gem. Classic. Love that. But that wraps it up. That is my top 10 horror film remakes of all time. I'll be back with more reviews, updates, overviews, unboxings, all that shit. I actually just placed order for 2 special delights tonight. I'm not going to say what they are, but I will say this. I ordered my first Blue Underground Blu-ray, which should be here within the next week, I would say. And, excuse me. And my first Anchor Bay box tin set, DVD tin. So I'm looking forward to getting both of those. I'll do an unboxing video when they arrive. I'll wait to get them both together so I can do a dual unboxing video with just both of the items together. And I'll probably end up doing a review for the Anchor Bay tin that I received, since it will be my first one in the collection. And also looking forward to getting that first Blu-ray of a Blue Underground film. I don't want to spoil what they are because I want the unboxing video to be something special. I don't want to take away your moment. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment below in the comment box, and make sure to check out my channel for more videos to come soon. Thanks for tuning in and watching. See you guys soon. Peace.